Okay, we're here in an undisclosed location to service a Hoshizaki ice machine today. We're performing a deep cleaning. I like to have the machine cleaner. I like to have a powered pump sprayer, all around tools, and assorted brushes. First thing I like to do is get the front cover off. So whenever you come to a machine and you're ready to do a cleaning, if there's ice on the evaporator, you're going to need to trick it into a defrost or a harvest, I should say. The way you do that is you pull the lead from the float switch off. And that's going to be the gray wire, right? Gray, gray. That should trick it into a harvest. Just like that. The next thing I like to do is, if they have a sink, hopefully they do, start up a nice hot sink bath with a little bit of soap for all of your parts you're about to wash. Luckily today we do have a nice big sink that we can use. Sometimes you are not afforded that luxury, especially at little dive bars and gas stations. My next step is to fully disassemble the machine. All the hoses, all the little water guides, the boot, just everything. Take it all apart, throw it in the sink. Also remember to drain the sump before you get started. Some machines you have to use a switch to drain. Other machines you just pull this hose off here and it'll drain from the pump out. It's always a good idea to clean out the water inlet screen. There's a little thumb screw back here that you have to take off to do that. Before you do that, you're going to need to cut off the water supply. So you need to trace the water line back and then make sure that line is disconnected. This is what you're looking at with the water screen. This one's not bad, but these can become very clogged up with gunk, which will stop water flow and lead to freeze up issues. This is another thing that needs to be pulled off and cleaned out. What will happen is gunk will get behind this black gasket here, just like that, and it'll force it to stay open and water will slowly leak by. That'll empty the sump, which will lead to water freeze ups. Always inspect the cube guide for any broken or missing pieces. These little plastic pieces will break off and they'll get stuck in the water pump and it'll seize the water pump up and be very expensive. I always make a habit of taking before and after pictures to really show the value to the client. Ice machine service can be pretty expensive, so it's good to really show the client what they're getting for their money. Initially, I just like to give everything a good scrub before I apply a lot of cleaners and stuff, just to get the thick stuff off first. It kind of saves you on product on cleaners.